Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Dre.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy. Back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Second down and goal. Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Locks throw into the hands of Fan.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
A lock-finding Fan for the Seahawk 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, it's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Well, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Lock now on first down. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock. And the Chiefs are going to get him. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
A lot of ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack.
Looking to throw. Lock. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt.
I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Tackle that time by Sidney Jones. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They go play action. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll get this out wide to Penny. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 44, Locke. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw here. Throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Mahomes now to throw. Uses the stiff arm. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Hands it off out of the gun. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This is caught. Touchdown.
Travis Kelce with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Another try after the first down sack. Locke. And the pressure gets to him again.
A lot of ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack.
In his end zone, here's Locke. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick.
Hardman on the return.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mahomes.
Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes.
Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes flush to his right. And out of bounds right around the 20. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes
on the slant has got Hardman.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Mecole Hardman.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Mahomes will throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation,
Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Locke now to throw. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And that's complete to Swain. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 there on 4th and inches. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Locke. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. A lot of ground to cover here for Locke and the Seahawks. 3rd and long after that sack. Back to throw. Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jermaine Carter. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Now Mahomes. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Justin Coleman. There he goes left side. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that pick six a moment ago doesn't change things too much. They still seem pretty comfortable with a 3-possession fourth-quarter lead. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six.
Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up the third down. Now Locke. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Locke.
That one to Swain, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant from 21 yards away.
And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes going to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Mahomes to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they... Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
A couple more minutes and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately time runs out and the comebacks are far short.